Okay, so what's up? So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. We just about to get into this reading. What are the messages? For whomever may concern, what are the messages? Uh-oh. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles that fell out here. So that looks like a nice situation. Somebody is sitting back enjoying the fruits of their labor, reflecting on their stability, how far they've come. You know, this is, you know, whoever this person is just living. Okay. There's something going on with the household. So there's somebody within this household. It has to do with somebody within this household. It looks good on the outside. It looks good on the inside. You know, but there's something off. You know, everything is not what it seems. In the position of your crown, you have the Moon card, which is insight. So your intuition is booming at this time. So whatever you are intuitive about, you may not be able to prove it, but you are spot on. Okay. Somebody could be doing divination, meaning they could be getting readings done on you, or they could be getting a reading done on you right now as we speak. I didn't have plans on doing a reading today, but I have been doing some work on myself, and you know, all of a sudden I just start hearing stuff. So I was just like, let's just do a reading, because you know, I know nobody is talking about me, but there is somebody that I'm connecting to where, you know, people are talking, or I can hear their thoughts around this person. So we're going to do this reading. We're going to do this reading to shield. So there is a woman here. This is a woman. Now, the thing is, there's two women here. So it looks like with one woman, you was trying to be patient. You was trying to wait for things to develop and for things to get better. But it's kind of like you're not seeing any change or growth with this person. There may be certain opportunities that this person can take to like move themselves in the direction of something more healthier, you know, but they're not taking those opportunities. So this is the Empress in reverse. So it's kind of like you're sitting back watching this person just run themselves ragged. Then on top of that, you know, they may be taking it out on you, or they may be taking it out on other people. This is a mother figure. So if she has children, she could be taking it out on her children. Okay. There's something here that she's dealing with around her beauty. Okay. So maybe she's not feeling good about the way she looks. Maybe she wants a change. Maybe she wants a transformation. My thing is, it's kind of like she's not beautiful. You know, it's about the inside. But something goes deep with her. There's something here. It goes really deep with her. It's beyond beauty. It's more so of her as a person. Like, she's really sitting. It's like asking, what is the best version of me? What is the best version of me? But it's giving me self-esteem issues too. Like, this she's trying to figure out how to be the prize. Okay, so this is okay. Have you ever met someone, well, more so a woman, and it's like they have to be the type of woman that every man wants? Like, she has to be a prize. It's like she has to be the best woman in the world. She has to be the most desired. She has to be, like, all her friends, men, have to secretly want her, and, you know, all this type of stuff. Like, there's something about her imagination that's very unhealthy. You know, it's kind of giving me like overachiever. It's definitely giving me pick me. It's, you know, it's giving me the most. This person is a mess. Their vibration is a mess. It's all over the place. It's everywhere. So it's like, now I'm picking up on stuff about money. You know, well, that ties into her self-esteem. Somebody is trying to figure out, like, what is the greatest woman? Like, what type of woman can they be? I don't know. Okay? Because my thing is, she's not happy on the outside, what she sees on the outside. She's not happy about who she is on the inside as a person. She's just not happy. But it's like she's working overtime and she's working so hard to keep up face with exhausting herself and trying to be there for everybody. She needs to be working on herself. She's doing all of this and all of that, but nobody fucking appreciates her. And she's not getting the outside validation, so she's upset. And she has questions, like whatever she's going through, it's making her question herself, it's making her question her life, her choices, everything. You know, then she's struggling with her ego, because it's kind of like, well, what will make me the greatest woman, the best woman to have? Like, it's given very competitive, but that has a lot to do with the self-esteem. It's like, what will make me the greatest woman in the world? What would make me, you know what I'm saying? Everybody would just love me. All the men would want me. This isn't that. It's, you know. Then it's kind of like she want to be superwoman. She want to be superwoman, but she, you know, she's secretly lazy. You know, she doesn't want to put in the work. She only wants to do, she wants to be seen, and she wants to do only what she wants to do and be seen for validation. But there's so many things in her life that she's neglecting because her focus is not on those. I think she's chasing a man. She got to be chasing a man. And it's kind of like this man is not paying her no mind. And she's trying to figure out who she needs to be in order to get this man's attention. This is crazy. So, while she's out here chasing, and, you know, it looked like she's trying to compete. But this other woman, these two women are totally different. They're like the polar opposites. So the one who doing the chasing, she the toxic one. And the other one is the healthy one. That's, you know, they're on two opposite ends of the scale. Because you got one woman here to where she's full of self-esteem and self-love. Bitch, she ain't chasing shit. She ain't chasing after no man. She ain't pressed. She got her own stuff going on. You know, she is involved in things that contribute to growing herself, to nurturing herself. So this other woman is the opposite, you know, to where she's trying to grow everything else around her. It really has a lot to do with money. You know, this woman, she wants money. Financial situations are not where she wants it to be, and she feels like, you know, I'm putting out all this work, I'm going through all of this, and I'm doing all of this stuff I'm tired, and people don't even appreciate me. I'm not getting. It's a lot of fucking complaining. It's a lot of complaining. The Empress can also represent like a grandmother figure, okay? And this other woman could be the granddaughter. So, you know, the grandmother is going through some stuff health-wise, okay? So, I don't know if she was mean to this granddaughter. I don't know. This could be karma. So the grandma could be going through stuff and the granddaughter is, you know, getting good karma. Something is going on here with an older woman and a grandchild. Okay. So I don't know. Well, this woman who is having a hard time, you know, she has so many issues. So with her many issues and her not having her shit together, she could be creating all types of shit in her head, you know, as to why her life is what it is due to this grandchild or some shit like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's definitely things going on mentally. I do know that as we get older, you know, certain things do happen to the brain. You know, we start to have experiences and, you know, so, you know, grandma could have dementia, grandma could have Alzheimer's, you know, grandma could be resistant, letting go of, look, let's just get this shit out the way. So, I worked in geriatrics for 8 years. And I've seen a lot of stuff, and I'm going to tell you, nobody enjoys getting older, but it's going to fuck to happen. So it's like, you know, you need to find some life. You need to keep living. I've seen the difference from individuals who, for one, they want to be all prideful, like they don't need a fucking walker, or they don't need a wheelchair or some shit. You know, they don't want to wear Depends, but they keep fucking up their drawers. You know, as you get older, you need more accommodations, and you need more things that are going to make your life easier and easy to live day by day. So when you resist that, you're creating a whole bunch of unnecessary stress for yourself, because in your mind you don't want to accept that you are transitioning. Your life is changing, and within your body things are changing, your mind is changing. But the thing, you need to be focused on living and wanting to live the best life that you can possibly live, because your days are numbered. So what you want to do is start to take gratitude and appreciation in the smallest shit. You may have to sit in that wheelchair, but you can roll your ass out on that porch outside and get some fresh air. You have eyes to see. Imagine if you was bedbound. Then you would be wishing you was in that chair, able to get out and just roll your ass on that porch. I've seen people suffer because it's like they're being egotistical. Like, stop it. You need some help, you need some assistance. And then the individuals that accept, you know, some of them, they be happy. They be like, yeah, I need that. Yeah, go ahead, give me that. They just be as happy. You know, they call up transportation. You know, senior transportation, they getting them discounts. They getting senior discounts when they go to the store and all that type of shit. They happy. They're focusing on the benefits of aging versus regret. You know, sometimes we look up and it's just like, damn, where did my life go? What have I really done with my life? Well, that's the past. You still living right now. So I'm sorry. We had to get that. We had to get that. I'm trying to tell you, because I've seen it. I was just like, I do not. I see what I want and I see what I don't want. I see with lack of acceptance how it keeps us in suffering sometimes, not being able to let go. And I've seen, you know, how beautiful it is just to accept some shit and just let it go. I'm going to tell you, when I worked in geriatrics, a lot of those women, it was a lot of white women too. You know, they said they were so happy because their husbands died. And they felt like they could live a life that they've always really truly wanted to live. Peaceful. I done heard so many women's stories about their husband, and because a lot of them say the same shit. I couldn't wait till he died. I'm so glad he died. You know? It's just like, damn. I don't want to mourn forever. You know, but I don't want to be glad that he's gone unless he's suffering. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they weren't talking about that. They was glad the man was gone because of the shit that they've been through with him. So I'm just saying. Taking care of yourself is the most important thing. Tending to your needs, because the Empress in reverse, she's not tending to her needs sexually too. Okay? She's angry. You know, it's a lot going on there. If there are children involved, they could be going through things with the children. But anyway, when it comes to you, when it comes to this other woman here, you know, this other woman is out doing her thing. She's focused on herself. You know, she's focused on, you know, tending to her needs. This person represents self-love. So that's the era that this woman is in. So when it comes to the Hermit card, you know, this is self-reflection. So it just looks like somebody is healing themselves. You know, they're alone. There's nobody around them, like they're in isolation. Okay. So this could represent some type of retreat. So the thing is that this person is alone, but they're not going to be alone for long. So let's say that they live in a house full of people, well, the people are gone. Somebody they may be on vacation, they may be visiting, something may have come up, it may be an event, but this person, they're alone. So there's nobody around them. It's just them. Okay, so if you're trying to get insight on this person, that they're not doing it, that's what they're doing. They're working on themselves, they're healing themselves, they're connecting to a higher power. So this person is in divine alignment. Okay, so there's some very spiritual things going on with this person here. Okay, so if you can't reach them, if you can't get in contact with them, they're if you find yourself being blocked because God is working on them, this person has had some type of epiphany. There's something creative going on with this person. So this person is, they're working on some projects. Okay, that this person has insight to things, but it's kind of like you're watching them from the outside, trying to figure out like what they have going on. I don't understand why you just don't ask them. There's nothing here about communication. If you're going behind their back, getting divination done on them, trying to see what they have going on, well, that's kind of like you trying to sneak in the back door. Why are you sneaking in the back door? If somebody comes over your house and they try to, they're not knocking on the back door, they're trying to come through the back door, what are you going to think? You're going to think that they're up to something. Like, why didn't you knock on the front door? And if you're going to come through the back, why are you not knocking on the back? Why are you trying to forcefully come in? The moon represents subconscious. If there's a lot of creativity going on here, and especially with connecting with a higher power, this person is going to know. That this person knows, but you just can't prove that they know. And then when you're watching them, studying them, they're a mystery. This person is a mystery to you. I believe they have an old soul with the Hermit card here. There's very something old and wise about this person. And the Empress, she could be older than the Queen of Cups. Okay, so it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you're comparing the two. Maybe this woman is trying to make you compare them. You can't, there's no comparison. They're the total opposite, point blank period. One is healthy, one is not. So, I mean, whatever. One is healing, one is healed and one is unhealed. One appreciates their femininity, the other individual does not. One understands relationships and has a realistic perspective about relationships, and the other one does not. One has a healthy imagination and the other one does not. So, they're opposites. But it seems like your attention is focused on the healthy person, but you're not behaving healthy. You're behaving like this other woman. So this other woman must be around. She must be some type of influence in your life. Okay. So my thing is, yeah, there's some mystery here. And I can see some things that I'm not going to say. Because if this is a grandmother and granddaughter situation, this was a very bad grandmother. She did some bad things. And now she has to deal with the consequences of that. And that's all I'm going to say. Because there's definitely something darker behind this grandma. Okay? And maybe for who this reading is for too. You may be trying to see if somebody know what's really going on. They know what's really going on. You probably trying to figure out why they not responding. Why they not saying nothing? Why they not showing? You know. You know why. Especially because you know that they know. They just don't want nothing to do with you. They just don't want to talk to you. Okay, so you would be a third party that has something to do, with this mother figure, grandmother, mother, or and daughter or granddaughter. So you the middleman, you trying to figure out what's going on. Don't worry about it. You know that person know. So however they're choosing to deal with you, leave them alone. Because obviously you're not asking, you're not communicating. So that's for that situation when it comes to a situation like that. But for the most part, I be picking up on different stories, different scenarios. It's like people are up to the same shit, but they're doing it in different ways. So now, when it comes to you, you have insight about this woman. But at the same time, like I said, she's a mystery to you. So we have a story to where there's a man dealing with two women. Then there must be a man that's dealing with a grandmother and a granddaughter, or he could be dealing with a mother and a daughter. Okay. So that's two stories. Okay. So we're going to end the reading there.